I'm going to teach you a few techniques or interpret the pattern for you. And it's the Full Hearts, which I love this pattern. I have it kitted up with the yarn and the stuffing and everything you need for it, and a darning needle. And it's by Tatiana Gregorian. So her pattern's written a little bit different than what we're used to. She does the row here and tells you how many stitches you should have at the end of that row. You are knitting this flat. So, but this is what throws everybody off, is this row right here, 15, where it says knit 14 stitches, then turn to purl. There is a comma. That means I'm only knitting half of these 28 stitches. So right now I've knitted 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. She says knit 14, turn to purl. I will turn my work, and now I will purl back. And that really throws everybody off. And then the next row, 17, tells you to knit 2 together. So I will end up having 7 stitches. So I'm working on only 14 stitches right now, and I've left the other one to rest, okay? So now I will knit 2 together to those 14 stitches, okay? So I should only have 7 stitches when I'm done. This is 2, and 7. There you go. And then she says to cut a very long tail, which I did not do a very long tail. I should have done 2 arm lengths, but I didn't. That's what I would call a very long tail, okay? But the yarn was all twisted around my leg, so I didn't get to. So we're going to do what her instructions say. It's not what I do, but we're going to follow her instructions, because I would slide these stitches off the needle, or I would continue knitting this other lobe, but we're doing what she has told us to do. So I slip these stitches onto my darning needle, just like so. Yep, and she says to do it twice. So I'm going to pull it through, and then I'm going to go back through it again this way. I'm making it a circle, just like when we do a hat to cinch it up. So what I could have done, if I didn't want to go through it 2 times, I could have slipped these stitches onto another needle and then threaded it through. Let's see. But there I have cinched it up, and there is the lobe of the heart. That is a stumper for everybody else. So now I'm going to put this to the side, and now it says here, apply sewing the back down to row 14 where the stitch is split, which I could do that, but I'm going to let it go. I am going to join the new yarn to work the remaining 14 stitches, which are right here, okay? And what am I going to do? I'm going to knit 14. So I'm going to grab my yarn and put it back on here. Let's see where it is, right here. Okay, so now I'm going to knit my 14 stitches. And then what do? I will be purling back, right? I'm going to make this a really long tail just because I think I should. I don't like surprises when I run out of yarn. So now I will knit, I'm going to make it a long tail. I'm going to knit these 14. 1, 2. Now I like to catch this little tail right here and wrap it over my feeding yarn so I don't have to weave it in later. So I'm going to take it, my tail, put it over my feeding yarn, and knit again. That way I'm weaving it in as I go along. Put it over there. Okay, now I have almost knitted my 14, and then I will purl back, and then I will knit 2 together and have 7 stitches on my needle. There you go. I'm not, okay, then I've done that one. Now we will purl back, I just wanted to show you the techniques here. You could do it with me, actually, at this point. Then I'll show you how we put it together. So I'm purling back. I'm on 14 stitches because I knitted up the other 14 and made them 7. Now I'm going to do this next part. I am going to knit 2 together, so I have 7 stitches. Right? So now here we go. Now I will knit 2 together. And 7. Here we go. Now I will go ahead and cut my yarn. I think I'll make a really long tail this time, like 2 arm lengths maybe, because I'm going to use that tail to sew this heart up with. That's why she wants a long tail. Now my darning needle, I'm going to thread this through the heart, the 7 stitches that I have. Okay, here we go. So I'm going back on myself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pull this, and then it says to go back through those stitches again, which I will. So I pull it through. Okay, there it is, right? And then it says to go back again. So I'm going to come back. I turn my work, come back again, and I'll go through those again. So here's my stitches right here. 1, 2. Being careful not to split your yarn since we're knitting with 2 yarns, okay? And they're not tightly plied, so it might be that we catch it, okay? So there we go. Now I'm going to take it, and look what we do. We're going to have our other lobe done. There it is. And it's all cinched up. And then what we do is we do a little mattress stitch. I'll sew this down to here. I will sew this down to here, and then I'll do the seaming and stuff my heart. But that will be in the next video. But that is one of our little heart kits. Is it not so cute and ready for Valentine's? Would it be nice to have a nice basket full of hearts? Thank you.